Because good enough for right now turns into, man, I wish I had taken care of that a year ago. Good morning, beautiful people. It's still morning for 10 more minutes.
It is. Yes. It's still morning.
It's getting a late start filming.
Yes.
Not getting a late start doing stuff. Me and the boys have been up since daybreak. Got all sorts of stuff. It's a busy time of year.
It is. Yep.
All right. With that comment about busy time of year, you guys just saw Meg cook a big old breakfast for us. You want to explain what we're doing for the next month?
Sure. Okay. So we are doing the Whole30 diet. We've done this before a couple times, and some of it has been for you guys, like on video. But for those who are not familiar with Whole30, it's basically an elimination diet of things that could potentially be inflammatory, and then you slowly reintroduce. So it's no dairy, no grains, no sugar or sweetener whatsoever. It's like no honey or maple syrup.
That's really hard.
It is really hard because it makes coffee and tea like so sad. No alcohol, no legumes.
Anything inflammatory.
Anything that could be potentially inflammatory.
Hold on, I gotta change arms. Okay.
So I was actually talking to my mom over the weekend, and I told her we were going to do this, and she goes, why would you do that? Like, you guys do all this work to grow all this really clean food. And I was like, yes, we do. That's such a good question. Why would we do this? Because we eat a lot of bread, and we do like our sweets. And we, like you and I, have just felt like we just kind of need to do like a hardcore restart. And we do this every couple of years. We just like, you know.
It feels good to just kind of do like a system reset.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did Whole30, and like, we are very strict about it. We are very militant about it.
Yes, we are.
No sugar of any kind other than what is, you know, in an orange or an apple.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine if you're eating fruit.
Dates is like crazy.
Dates are pretty good, but, you know, you try to be very careful in what you put in your mouth.
Right.
And sticking to it after, I don't know, 2 weeks, you start feeling incredible. And it's not about losing weight. It's not about, it's really just a detox diet. Kind of a clean slate, get all the junk out, start over.
Reset from sugar like Christmas time.
So, this is actually day one of 30 days that we're will be doing this.
Right now.
I drink maple syrup in my coffee every morning. And coffee this morning was rather sad.
And milk, like usually put milk
I usually put milk in it. And
so we replaced with coconut milk.
Just something, like you gotta have something. I mean, I'll drink black coffee if I really want coffee, but for quite a while I've been having, you know, milk and maple syrup in my coffee, and it's like, it's really good. The hardest thing about this diet is the first week when you start detoxing off of sugar. Man, it's hard.
So, on that note, since we're doing Whole30, it's the next 30 days. We cook a lot from scratch anyways, but we have found that the biggest key to success with Whole30 is to do so much prep work.
Yes.
Because, especially during the first 2 weeks when you're like detoxing off of all the grains and the sugar and stuff like that, and you are just so hungry and you're kind of irritable.
Not kind of.
Like, you're really irritable, and you go to the fridge and you're like, I just have to eat something, I'm so hungry. And if you don't have anything prepped, then like even just the act of trying to prepare a salad of like chopping and all that, it's just so much. So if you can prepare everything ahead of time and at least get like some snacks and some, she's happy, just some things prepped. It makes life a lot easier. So we're kind of doing that today. This is our beginning. So you're gonna jump in and do some.
Yep, I've got some defrosted ground pork I'm going to make into burgers.
Yep.
Usually if I do pork burgers, I add a whole bunch of cheese and you know, all sorts of stuff.
Right.
And then they make really, really good burgers, and our pork does not taste porky. It honestly tastes like beef. And if a random person were to come over and I fed them a pork burger, they probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between pork and ground beef.
Probably not.
It's good stuff. So I'm just gonna mix up a whole bunch of ground pork.
Sans the cheese.
Yeah, minus the cheese. Like grated cheese mixed into the burger. Then when you cook the burger, like it's like super moist. It's
so good.
But I actually did a trial run last week.
Yeah.
I just got out a pack of ground beef, seasoned it up, made patties, froze them, pulled them out, and I ended up eating them 3 days in a row. Pretty good stuff. So we're gonna do a couple packs of ground pork, and I'll have enough to, you know, when me and the boys are hungry from working and you just need some protein, pull a patty out of the freezer, cook it.
Real quick.
It's making life easy. I don't need the gargantuan bowl, but I need a nearly gargantuan bowl. This is the real secret weapon. This adds so much flavor.
Minced onion.
Minced onion. And a bunch of garlic. Bunch of garlic. At this point, usually I add a huge amount of shredded cheese, usually like, I don't know, cheddar, Monterey Jack, cheddar, like whatever I've got that looks good. Pepper Jack's pretty good. I'll add like a huge amount, and then I don't know, half a gallon of Worcestershire sauce.
Maybe not that much.
Maybe not that much, but it, you know, a good couple glugs of that stuff. Not doing it this time because this has to be Whole30 compliant, and this is lunch the next couple days, couple weeks.
And maybe breakfast too.
Maybe breakfast too. I ate one for breakfast, or with breakfast the other morning. It's not breakfast sausage, but I don't know. Something about the black pepper and the crushed red pepper, it was good with breakfast. I should have got a bigger bowl.
Hey, why'd you put that open? Are you just over there?
She's just tearing stuff up. She's crawled in the hole. Look at that little face.
I know.
She's like, ha 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 ha.
What are you doing in there?
Are you just getting into stuff?
You're getting all the stuff.
It's like, I'm just gonna knock all this down.
Yeah. You proud of yourself? Okie dokie. The light's terrible, but whatever. While Ben is messing with his burger patties, there you go. I'm gonna get some chicken going in the Instant Pot. Again, things that are prepped that we can eat easily when we're all just like a little bit hangry. So I'm just gonna put this in the Instant Pot with some seasoning, nothing crazy, and then it'll just be cooked chicken that we can eat on a salad or, you know, with potatoes or whatever else.
This whole diet, like, don't take it the wrong way. It is not a salad diet. We just choose to eat salad because it's nice filler.
Right. It's mostly a potato diet for us, actually. We love potatoes and meat.
We do eat a lot of meat and potatoes.
But then we also eat salads.
It's the meat and potato detox diet.
That's right. Little SPG.
All people are going to hear over to the side is flattening out these patties.
Oh, you funny. You're so funny.
She thought my joke was funny.
She thought you were hilarious.
Ha ha ha. That was a courtesy laugh.
So funny, Dada. Alright. Water. And I'm going to put a little bit of lemon juice in here just to add some flavor. Alright. Pop this in for... it'll probably take about 30 minutes. Let's see. Yep, 35. There we go. Hit the meat button.
Alright. Pork is now made into patties. I've got, I don't know, almost 2.5 layers. I think I counted 34 patties. With 5 or 6 of us eating these for lunch, they will go quick. But it's not to say there's not leftovers. That's a nice thing too, is over the past, I don't know, the past weekend, Every meal Meg cooked, she made sure it was Whole30 compliant. So if we had leftovers, we could eat it this week. That's usually what we do with the leftovers, is we eat them for lunch. So, a whole bunch of burger patties prepped. Those are cool. They only take about 20 minutes. I'll stick them either in the toaster oven or the oven. 20 minutes, you've got a hot lunch. It's awesome. I think I have a chest freezer that has enough room for that pile of meat. And then I'll come back and get to start my next project in here. All right, on to the next thing that I need to worry about, because time is passing faster than I am ready for it to.
Yes.
All right, so we got our seeds from Territorial this year. Not sponsored.
No.
We just like their seeds. Their seeds have always done good for us. So I'm gonna go through this pile. What'd you see?
And I like their packaging.
You like their packaging? The little cartoon, hand drawn.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of it's nice.
Yeah.
There are a few things that I need to get started, like some gourds. Like I'm gonna grow a mess of gourds this year because they make great pig food.
Yeah.
Squash too. I've got all sorts of like kukuzi kusha and various pumpkins and things that we're gonna grow. Those are ones that I would like to get started. The rest of this stuff, like some of this stuff, we're not gonna, like I'm not gonna plant melons. We could plant some radishes.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
It's still a little cold, and I know we will have some surprise frosts before the start of the growing season. But there are some things that I need to get started, so that's what I'm going to do today. We're not planting corn.
No, not.
We're not planting watermelon.
Not basil yet.
Not basil.
We can start celery now.
All right, I had wanted to get into that because we hadn't even opened that package. We had ordered seeds, and it showed up, and we just set it down. It was like, okay, we'll get into that. Yeah. There's some stuff that we will plant outside. Radishes, peas. We're very late on peas.
Well, we still have some time. It's okay.
Celery, we can start inside. Why is that? Feels like it's bubble wrapped.
I think it is. It's like very tiny seeds.
Okay.
Carrots, we can do outside.
Carrots, we can do outside. And then the stuff I'm starting is honestly just like gourd seeds. Like this isn't like start all the tomatoes kind of starting seeds. This is just stuff that takes a while, and I would like to get it started sooner than later. So I'm gonna go grab a couple trays of dirt, potting soil, and seed starting mix. Yeah. And we'll get in here and make a mess. So even though it's a nice sunny day out here, it's pretty windy today. We've been having a lot of wind lately. So I'm gonna go grab my seed trays and some potting soil and get everything ready to go. For anyone who's gonna ask, and I know somebody will, we're using Coast of Maine potting soil. We switched to it last year and have been absolutely happy with it. Great potting soil. There's not too much I can say about it. Will it grow plants? Yes, it will. So it works, we like it. First order of business, I'm gonna get some lettuce. Oh, do you want to come up here? My hands are a little dirty, sister. Clothes a wash. There you go. That's what we're planting first. A little bit of lettuce. It is a very blustery day, as Winnie the Pooh would say.
Yes.
Do 2 per hole. Alright, there's the first tray. That's just some salad and some celery. Grab my little tray of tiny plant pots. These are going to be just sunflowers. We have a whole bunch of very, very old Baker Creek seed that we haven't used up, and so we haven't stored it anything special. Like, it's been sitting in here on the bookshelf. Most of this seed is from 2018, so we've had very low germination rates. So we're just kind of trying to use it up. Like, I don't want to throw it away because there is still viable seed. So we're just trying to plant a whole bunch of seed this year, use it up, that way it doesn't go to waste. I have some sunflower seeds that we saved. I have some squash seeds that I actually pulled out of a squash that we left in the flower bed, and it just sat there all winter long. I'm gonna plant those in these pots and see if they're any good. I couldn't find any of our saved cucuzzi seeds. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. I just couldn't find them yesterday when I was looking for them. So we're gonna plant the ones that I pulled out of the flower bed. Okay, that's good. Okay, we'll put the rest back in the bag and I'll see if they sprout.
Those look like bird seeds.
Well, birds would eat them if we left them out. These are sunflower seeds that a viewer sent us. Thank you. If you recognize your handwriting. Let me turn this around so you have some room to work. Those look like bird seed. Okay, you start on that side, I'll start on this side. White, black, white. Okay, there we have it. That's phase 1 of garden this year. I actually have some Mexican sunflowers that I need to plant, and I couldn't find those seeds either. I know there's about 10 million seeds out there that basically the Mexican sunflowers have perennialized, and I just kind of let them come up wherever they want, and then I dig them up and move them where I want them, and then like no big deal. But it is nice to start them early. That way we can have color from those flowers early in the season rather than, I don't think, when they pop up, they probably won't flower till late July. So if I can find those seeds, then I will plant them. I think this does it for planting today. I'm trying not to go crazy and plant everything, because then by the time we actually get to our plant out date, which is the middle of May, everything's gonna be, you know, this big. So I'm trying to like slow my roll a little bit. All right, now that we've planted some seeds and eaten some lunch, show you what I got going on. Let me set my water down. If you remember, honestly, I think it was our last video, you saw me build this bed. We bought some forms from Man About Tools. That's another YouTube channel. He's got these really cool concrete forms. He also sells plans if you want to buy plans and build it yourself. I opted for the plastic forms because they're just quick and dirty. They're actually not quick and dirty. They're pretty nifty. So I hired Jack. Wherever he went, he's going down to the barn. Hired Jack to do the concreting, put the wire in, all that stuff, and then I'm buying the finished product from him. I asked, hey, who wants to do this? And he's like, I would. So there you go. This is the next bed I'm gonna do. It's basically the same as this bed. It's just in rougher shape. It's really fallen down. We've lost a lot of this garden bed's dirt down the hill. Now that we put in all of these terraces, that will catch all of that dirt, so we don't have to worry about losing our there's a lot of time and energy in these beds as far as compost and everything we've put in these beds, amendments, all of that stuff. And so to just lose it whenever we have the big rain events, it's kind of sad. So I'm gonna get in here, pull up what's left of the old wooden bed, pile as much dirt back up on there in the middle of the bed as I can. There's some kales that we moved out of that bed. They're probably gonna get buried. That's all right. We don't eat a lot of kale around here, but we do every now and then. Sometimes you just want to eat some kale, but not very often, not around here. I prefer steak. Actually, first, before I get started, I'm gonna go cut rebar. This is kind of at the middle of the video, so I will say it because we will have had a few people tune out by now, I'm sure. People are wondering, where were we last week? We didn't post any videos last week. That's as much as I'm gonna show you guys. It's what we're doing. We're working on it. I'm compiling footage for a video. You guys will see it as soon as it's done. So, stay tuned. All right, there's my rebar. Let's go build a bed.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world with no distractions. We'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free.
There you go. That one's in. I think I'm gonna pull that rebar and push that side in a little bit. But I've got to dig a whole bunch of dirt out of that garden bed. So it's good enough for right now. I should really deal with it now. Because good enough for right now turns into, man, I wish I had taken care of that a year ago. There you have it. 2 concrete beds. Why is that one lifted? Okay, technical difficulties. But concrete is in. We're actually gonna go up a second level, but we gotta get all the beds that are falling down taken care of first. So I'll have to pull all the rebar up and get longer pieces of rebar, and then we'll put in our next course, if you will. I'm happy about that. That looks spiffy. All right, getting dinner going on.
Yep. Making
What you
some
got in there? It's like
Caesar dressing. Yeah, it looks gross.
oil and eggs.
Yeah.
Slogging some eggs.
Making some Caesar
Why are you yelling?
peanut gallery.
Oh my gosh, like we are at the stage where nothing on the
Nothing is
ground
safe.
is safe.
Yeah.
Oh, are you coming to get me?
All right, making some Caesar dressing to go with the sadly, there will be no croutons and no cheese, but
Caesar salad with nothing else.
nothing else, whatever.
Not even any chicken.
It'll be fine. And then we have green beans, which I sauteed in some ghee that I rendered this morning. So you can't have dairy, which means no butter, but you can make ghee, which renders out all the milk solids. So, the ghee. And then I made, this is a venison neck roast with onions and cherries, and there's some balsamic vinegar in there and chicken broth. So I braised this for a couple hours, and the idea is that it will shred.
We will see.
Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, there you go. That's what we're having for dinner.
All right. Sounds delicious.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Please bless this food for our bodies in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
You gotta say, that's really tasty.
The cherry?
The cherries.
Do you like them?
Day 1 of Whole30 finished. Every single meal was delicious. I don't feel like I was suffering.
Good.
Maybe a little suffering because just normal black coffee.
Yes.
But other than that, everything was awesome today.
Yes.
Honestly, we were talking earlier. We're afraid that we won't get that massive boost that you get when you do this diet for 2-3 weeks. You start feeling amazing because you detox from everything that you've been eating. I'm afraid that we're not going to do that this time because this is how we eat.
Yeah, right.
Minus some sugar.
Yeah, some sugar and some bread products
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Wish us luck. Follow along if you dare.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it for us. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.